Have you ever thought about living in a Latin American country where the cost of living is affordable and the cultural experience is intense? It might sound unlikely, but Colombia offers exactly that. Not only does it have great prices that allow you to live comfortably, but the country also stands out for its stunning landscapes, vibrant everyday life, and the warmth of its people. This combination has been catching the attention of people from all over the world who are curious to discover what makes Colombia such a special place. In this video, we'll dive into every detail that explains why so many people fall in love with this country as soon as they arrive. Stick around until the end to understand what makes Colombia unique, from its rich culture to the famous hospitality of its people. We'll also talk about how the country is known for its women, admired not just for their beauty, but for their welcoming and friendly nature toward visitors. With a population of around 52 million people, Colombia stretches from the Caribbean Sea in the north to the Pacific Ocean in the west. Although it's a bit smaller than the state of Alaska, the country is about 5 times bigger than its neighbor Ecuador. Colombia stands out for its incredible variety of landscapes, where rivers feed vast green areas, and tropical forests stretch across a large part of the country. A striking example of this constant transformation is Medellin. Once known for its history of violence tied to drug trafficking, the city is now home to nearly 3 million people and showcases an urban environment full of renewal and creativity. But what's it like to live there in terms of costs? Some people manage to maintain a comfortable lifestyle while spending very little. In certain neighborhoods a bit farther from downtown, like El Poblado or Laureles, renting a one-bedroom apartment can cost around $200 a month. That's enough to maintain a decent standard of living without breaking the bank. For those who love exploring local food, meals typically range from $3 to $6, making it easy to enjoy traditional Colombian dishes without spending too much. Plus, there are plenty of housing options, from modern apartments with gyms and pools to rural homes, perfect for those looking for peace and low living costs. Living in Colombia is generally more affordable than in many Western countries. But it's important to understand key aspects of the economy, taxes, and local wages. The minimum wage, which is around 1.3 million Colombian pesos, translates to about $325 for a full-time worker. While that may seem low, it's enough to cover basic necessities based on the country's cost of living. For those working or thinking about starting a business, the income tax rate can go up to 35%. This applies to both residents and non-residents earning in Colombian pesos. In general, essential products are either tax-exempt or subject to lower tax rates. Additionally, despite its complicated financial past, Colombia has strict regulations for sending and receiving money. Moving large sums requires proper documentation to prove the legitimacy of earnings, reinforcing oversight to prevent illegal activities. Getting to know the Colombian people doesn't require paperwork or formalities. All you have to do is arrive and observe, especially the women, who are known worldwide for a unique mix of beauty and charm that reflects the country's rich blend of indigenous, African, and European influences. This cultural heritage is evident in their diverse skin tones, striking features, and attention to appearance, something that has even led many of them to success in international beauty pageants. But while their looks may catch the eye, what truly stands out is their confidence and easygoing nature, often influenced by the warm climate. This affects not only their fashion choices, but even the way they walk. In both family and social life, Colombian women play a central role. They love lively gatherings, enjoy dancing, and value relationships built on respect and genuine connection. Whether in cafes or social events, it's easy to notice how they express themselves, always ready to welcome someone with a smile. In the end, what really stays in people's memories isn't just the beauty or the pageant titles, it's the warmth and kindness that make every visitor feel at home. Friendliness, joy, and a festive spirit are the heart of Colombian culture, making anyone who visits feel truly embraced. When you arrive in Colombia, it's immediately clear how much people value a warm welcome. From the very first interactions, you'll hear greetings that make you feel like you belong. But this welcoming nature goes beyond words. Colombians often invite newcomers to lively gatherings where stories and music flow freely. Social life in Colombia revolves around family get-togethers and collective celebrations. House gatherings are common, bringing together relatives, neighbors, and friends, strengthening bonds with every shared meal. This tradition is deeply rooted in the importance of family, reflected in lively parties and long conversations that stretch late into the night. Another thing that stands out is their willingness to help. Colombians are always ready to lend a hand, creating a warm sense of community. It's easy to see how visitors quickly feel comfortable trusting those around them. And if their hospitality is heartwarming during the day, it becomes even more vibrant at night. As the sun sets, the energy shifts and the party begins, revealing a dynamic and festive side of Colombian culture. This perfect mix of warmth and excitement is an open invitation to fully embrace the Colombian way of life. When night falls in Colombia, the mix of rhythms and dances creates an atmosphere that blends tradition with modern vibes. In Medellin, the nightlife is centered around spots like Parque Lleras in the El Poblado neighborhood, where bars, clubs, and restaurants share space with street performers and live music. For those who prefer a more laid-back vibe, Laureles offers a more local and authentic way to experience the city. The party energy lasts well into the early morning, fueled by music that makes everyone want to dance until sunrise. Going out is a great way to meet locals, and a little friendliness and courtesy can turn into lasting friendships. Another big plus is the cost. Going out at night in Colombia is generally more affordable than in many other places, without sacrificing quality entertainment. Colombia's diversity makes it a welcoming destination year-round, appealing to both those looking for relaxation and those seeking adventure. While conditions vary depending on the region, the country's festive spirit and warm hospitality can be felt everywhere. Have you ever imagined a destination where you can enjoy tropical beaches and explore cooler cities without leaving the country? Colombia offers exactly that. In coastal spots like Cartagena and Santa Marta, the heat and humidity create the perfect setting for a sunny day by the ocean. At the same time, higher altitude regions bring cooler temperatures, while Medellin stays pleasantly mild for most of the year. From December to March, the weather is drier, the days are sunnier, and outdoor activities become even more inviting. If you prefer a less crowded time with more budget-friendly prices, April to May is a great choice. During these months, you can enjoy a more relaxed experience and save money at the same time. Now that you know what to expect from the weather, let's talk about getting around. In urban areas, despite the crowds in busier cities, public transportation generally works well. In Bogotá, for example, there's the Transmilenio, a rapid bus system that runs on dedicated lanes, helping avoid most of the traffic. It can get packed during rush hours, but it's still an efficient option. Medellin, on the other hand, is proud to have the country's only metro system, which even includes a cable car connecting different neighborhoods and making life easier for those living in more remote areas. For quick trips, taxis and ride-hailing apps offer comfort and safety. With these tips, you'll be ready to explore every corner of Colombia, whether you're soaking up the sun on the beach or taking in the stunning mountain views. If you're thinking about visiting or even moving to Colombia, it's important to get a handle on how people get around in the central parts of the big cities. Take Bogotá, for example. It has a wide-reaching long-distance bus network that connects key areas and offers different types of service. However, heavy traffic often means you need to plan ahead, since delays can happen during rush hour. To help with this, there's a system that limits car use based on license plate numbers. This rule, which some other major cities around the world also use, is designed to spread out traffic throughout the day. Another big initiative is encouraging bike use, which is getting more popular in the country's crowded cities. Bike-sharing programs and extensive bike lanes give people a practical, hassle-free option for shorter trips. Beyond transportation, health and safety also deserve attention. Over the past few years, Colombia has made strides in these areas, making it a more inviting destination for both visitors and potential residents. If you're taking that leap, knowing how these factors play out in day-to-day life can help you make better informed decisions and really enjoy all that the country has to offer. Have you ever thought about how the healthcare system and safety situation work in Colombia? If this question has ever crossed your mind, it's worth knowing a few details before making any decisions. Starting with healthcare, the country has two main options: the public system known as EPS, and the private network. EPS provides basic medical care at affordable costs, but it usually comes with longer wait times and fewer specialized services. On the other hand, private healthcare offers plans that typically range from $50 to $100 per month. When it comes to safety, Colombia has undergone significant changes over the past few decades. Cities like Medellin, for example, have improved a lot, but there are still areas with high crime rates. It all depends on local conditions and socioeconomic factors. The implementation of stricter security policies, with a greater presence of police and military forces, has helped reduce the influence of insurgent and criminal groups, although the level of risk still varies from region to region. Imagine you just landed in Colombia and are ready to make the most of everything the country has to offer. Before you start exploring, there's one key thing to keep in mind. Always stay alert. Public transportation stations, for example, are common spots for pickpockets who operate quickly. To avoid any issues, keep your valuables secure and use reliable transportation services. In tourist areas, local authorities usually invest in advanced security measures, and the police are generally effective in these zones. However, in less developed neighborhoods, the situation can be different, requiring extra caution. Being aware of how things work in each area will help you enjoy your trip without unexpected trouble. Another interesting aspect is that prostitution in Colombia is not considered a crime. This reality attracts visitors from different parts of the world, but that doesn't mean the practice is fully regulated. In some cities, there are designated zones where authorities allow and even monitor the activity. While this provides some level of structure, there's still no formal regulation that offers stronger protections for those involved. So if you're planning to visit these areas, it's important to do your research and know what to expect before you go. As with any trip, knowledge and caution are valuable allies in making sure you enjoy every moment safely and responsibly. When it comes to discovering Colombia through its food, you'll find a cuisine deeply connected to the country's history and geography. A great example is the bandeja paisa, a hearty dish made with beans, ground beef, crispy pork belly, fried plantain, sausage, avocado, egg, and arepa. It's not just a meal, it's a representation of a way of life. If you want to truly understand Colombian daily life, this dish is a must-try. Another staple is ajiaco, a traditional soup commonly enjoyed in Bogota or on colder days. With a perfect balance of ingredients, it's a comforting option that gives you a taste of another side of Colombian cuisine. For those looking for something out of the ordinary, there are roasted big-bottomed ants, hormigas colonas. Considered a crunchy snack, they attract adventurous eaters and are also believed to bring good luck. And of course, we can't forget that Colombia is world famous for its coffee beans. The country's coffee region is known for producing well-balanced, high-quality coffee, making it a popular destination for coffee lovers who want to see firsthand how their favorite drink is grown and processed. Have you ever imagined exploring a place that combines mountains, beaches, and forests all in one? In Colombia, that's exactly what you get. The country is crossed by the Andes Mountains, where trails take you through valleys and peaks that challenge even the most experienced adventurers. One of the standout spots is the Cocora Valley, home to wax palms that can reach up to 200 feet, 60 meters tall, giving the landscape in Quindio a one-of-a-kind look. Moving along the journey, the Caribbean coast welcomes visitors with warm waters and stunning beaches, as well as historic cities like Cartagena and Santa Marta. Here, the atmosphere is laid back, but history is everywhere, reflected in the ancient forts and colonial architecture. If you venture beyond the coastline into the country's interior, the shift in landscape is striking. Mountains and forests cover much of the territory, offering countless opportunities for up-close encounters with nature and wildlife. Speaking of wildlife, it's worth mentioning that Colombia is home to about 10% of the world's species, ranking just behind Brazil in biodiversity. This rich ecosystem is a result of its diverse regions, which even include part of the Amazon rainforest. But the diversity doesn't stop at nature. Colombians are known for their vibrant mix of cultures and strong sense of community. Despite challenges, resilience is at the heart of Colombian life, as people keep their traditions alive while continuously shaping new stories. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And if you want to keep exploring, click on the video appearing on your screen right now. I'll see you there.